All right. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. We have a hint coming in from Spain. Nico Williams to Arsenal looks like it is really gonna be happening into the mix. Remember, before all this story came to pass, we really had something important about the deal of Nico Williams, that he has a specific amount of money that he wants if he's to leave Atletico Bilbao, because there are negotiations onto his release clause, 60 million euros. That's the amount of money that is needed to see either this guy leaves Atletico Bilbao. Now, with him knowing that those are peanuts concerning all as related to the price of the players on the market right now and his talent, he's like, this is going to be a bargain. And a team that is ready to sign me up should be willing to obviously pay me £300,000 a week. And Arsenal consented to that. And obviously, they are good to go, and Arsenal is taking further steps. So smash the like button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. And continue to subscribe because we want to hit 25,000 subscribers, and you're left with 135 subscribers. So guys, before today comes to an end, let us hit 24,900 subscribers, and tomorrow let's hunt for that 100 subscribers to see to it that we hit that magic number of 25,000. You understand? Remember, we are powered by Saint Maria Goretti. Saint Maria Goretti SS Katende. Registration for S1s, S2, S3s, and S5 students is on, and registration is as convenient as possible. You can register via their website as you see it there onto the well-designed artwork, www.stmariagoretti.ac.ug. The email is there and the phone numbers are there. You can call them on +256 702 478 536. You can also call them on +256 702 564 109, and the rest of the numbers are there. So call them and tell them that I got your number from Rokani Media, and that will send them a best message that you really watched it from here, and you'll have a better discussion with them. So that is the side of Saint Maria Goretti SS Katende. If you feel like you want to really go to their website, there is a link I'm going to post into the description box below, and you will be good to go. You understand? So that is it for the side known as Saint Mary's SS Katende. If you're abroad, you can call them, and you can pay online, and you can pay fees for your sibling, child, friend, sister. Even if you have people that you want to help, it's really a religious based school. You can check out their website and see the activities. Co-curricular activities. They develop talents of students there. So that is St. Mary's SS Katende. Now, we are having in here a story coming in through from El Nacional. Arsenal have agreed to trigger Nico Williams' 60 million euro release clause in the summer. They have also offered him a big contract to convince him to snap Barcelona. Now, Arsenal have come up with a plan, and they're telling the lad known as Nico Williams that we are willing to trigger the release clause of 60 million euros. And it has been agreed internally. That's what we are getting in from the responsible people, that internally Arsenal want to bring in Nico Williams. And this resonates exactly with what I told you, that if there are two players that Arsenal should think of bringing in, they should be one, a creative midfielder who plays in the wide areas, and a center forward. Now, if they are to go for a center forward known as Alexandra Isak for £130 million, that means they will be left with some good money to see to it that this deal obviously comes to pass. If we go to the conversion rate, that is really up here, euros to pounds. If you put here 60 million euros, that means Arsenal have to pay 50 million pounds. Now, in the previous seasons, we all noted that Arsenal could go north of 180 million pounds, meaning that if Alexandra Isak is going in for 100, if Alexandra Isak is going in for 130 million pounds and Nico Williams going in for 50 million pounds, what a summer for the club of Arsenal. 180 million pounds is what Arsenal will obviously need. And Arsenal have already agreed that they are willing to pay him £300,000 a week. And Nico Williams is that forward that you need in the club of Arsenal. Why do you need a player like him? Because he's unpredictable and he's very good when it comes to playing onto the right forward and the left forward. Right now, if they had him, they wouldn't have gone ahead, obviously, be missing Bukayo Saka or Martinelli, because he would have offered them everything that those two offer very well. And I think Arsenal have to move on past Gabriel Martinelli, because Martinelli had his best season in the season of 2022-2023. But the season of 2023, 2024, 2025, he's looking bad. And there is no way you can obviously trust him with your forward line. Remember, he scored 16 Premier League goals in that season. You remember that very well, of 2022-2023. And everyone was like, if he continues doing this, he'll obviously turn out to be one of the best forwards in the world. But has he ever? No. And the coming in of Leandro Trossard in the January transfer window of 2023 has really shown us that Martinelli is really bang average, meaning that you having Nico Williams there is great, and Martinelli should be a bench player. I think having Martinelli as a starter is known for Arsenal, because Martinelli is known for us to be a starter at the team of Arsenal, let's all admit. But if he's coming off the bench, then he's really good, you know. He should be among the fringe players to obviously be part of the squad of Arsenal, but he shouldn't be the main guy. That's what I really disagree with very many people. Martinelli shouldn't be the main guy at the club of Arsenal. You understand? It should be Nico Williams. Now, if you bring in Nico Williams, then you have another player known as Bukayo Saka. I think Arsenal will be really very, 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 very threatening into their front three. Alexandra Isak, Nico Williams off the left, Saka off the right. Imagine that attacking line, guys. Just imagine and think about it. You know, it is really very, 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 very deadly. Meaning that 180 million pounds, if Arsenal put in those signings, those two, Nico Williams and a player known as Alexandra Isak, I tell you, they will be the deadliest forward in the world. Now, tell me a forward line that will be deadly like that of Arsenal. Even if you think about Madrid, they are having Vinicius Junior, Mbappe, and Rodrigo. I think this one will be really very, very deadly, because Alexandra Isak is now a proven number 9. You all agree with me that he's now one of those proven players that you will obviously have to look at and really understand that he's really good to go. The other player that he's really proven is Saka. And I don't think that Real Madrid has a player in Bukayo Saka, you know. And on the left, that's where you could obviously talk of Vinicius Junior being better than Nico Williams, but Nico Williams hasn't gone ahead to be granted a chance to obviously play into a top elite team. Meaning that if you give him a chance to play in a top elite team, he might obviously showcase some of the best performances that most of you will obviously come in here and all agree with us. So I think Arsenal will be having the deadliest front three. And I think that is the dream front three of Arsenal. And I think Mikel Arteta dreams that. The moment he brings that, I tell you, Arsenal will be unbeatable. And they will dominate European football and Premier League football for a very long time. Because they have a deal of Zubimendi. You know, he's also a 50 million pound player, meaning that Arsenal could spend close to 230. And they're having players that are really living, you know. They're having players that are really living and some that they will sell as a club of Arsenal. So, the back line is steady. The midfield is steady. But the problem has been that forward line, meaning that Arsenal could have 2 new forward players into their starting front three next season. So, they've gone ahead to agree internally to really trigger the deal or trigger the clause of Nico Williams, and they've gone ahead obviously tell him that we are giving you the money that you want. Please snub Barcelona. So Arsenal wants Nico Williams to snub Barcelona, and I think Nico Williams would like to obviously try out something different, because at Barcelona he's having very many competitors in the wide areas. When you look at Rafinha and what he's doing, it's very hard to bench him. And Lamine Yamal is another one whom you can't bench, and those are players that are really untouchable when it comes to Hans Flick team, And Nico Williams sees a very huge opportunity because he can dislodge Martinelli out of the team of Arsenal immediately. But I've already told you that him coming into Arsenal and getting that piece of really earning £300,000 a week, earning more than even he'll be earning more than Bukayo Saka, because Bukayo Saka earns close to £297,000 a week. You understand? So he'll be the highest paid player at Arsenal. But that won't be a threat or a fear into Mikel Arteta's heart, because Arteta knows to it that if you get in a player and performs very well, no one will obviously claim that he really earns a lot of money. But players complain they are not really earning enough, provided the player you've brought in and you've given a lot of money is not really performing up to the standards like at Manchester United. Rashford, Sancho, and Casemiro were earning more than Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes was earning like £240,000 a week, and the other ones were really earning £300,000 plus. And he went ahead and presented his complaint that, please, I'm the best player at Manchester United, but I'm really earning less than those players that are really underperforming. And that's why he found himself earning a contract of £375,000 a week. That is Bruno Fernandes for you. So that's exactly what is happening, and you're waiting to see how Arsenal are really going to be moving on onto this deal. Now, we are having a story of Marcus Rashford, and looks like his return to the English national team is close. And we've been told by Thomas Tuchel we've been told by The Sun that Thomas Tuchel reportedly met Marcus Rashford and his representatives to explain that the national team door will be open for him. He told Rashford and his representatives he saw him as an essential player of the England squad going forward. So, he has been having a horrific 2 seasons at Manchester United. And with that, he went to Aston Villa. And there were threats that maybe he's struggling a lot, and players like Anthony Gordon are really putting in performances that the manager won't even think about him. But the manager told him, go to Villa, do your thing, I tell you, you are into my plans. And in March, the international break is really returning, and Marcus Rashford looks like he's going to be part of that squad for the England national team. Because when you look at his performances at Villa, he has played, I think, 2 Premier League games, and guess what? He has gone ahead to score. He hasn't gone ahead to score, but he has assisted in 2 consecutive games. You understand? And that really puts him in a shift of really returning to the side of Arsenal. That's returning to the England national team. And I think he's going to be playing in the Champions League. And I know Aston Villa is really having games where Marcus Rashford will obviously come and really score goals. Yesterday, they beat Chelsea by 2-1. He was responsible for the leveler, that was scored by Marco Asensio before the winner came in through. Now, when you look at Villa, their next game is against Crystal Palace away. That is Tuesday next week. Then on Friday, they'll have to play into the FA Cup, Cardiff City. You understand? Then fourth match, they'll have to play into the Champions League away at Club Brugge. And I think the game of Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, the game of Crystal Palace, Cardiff, and Club Brugge, I think Rashford will obviously score goals and continue his huge running form in scoring goals for the club of Manchester United. You understand? So I really see a lot in this player. You understand? And whoever doubts his potential, then football might not be made for you. You understand? So after that, they'll have to play Brentford, and Brentford away, and then play host Club Brugge on the 12th of March before you go to the international break. Meaning that around between 4th and 8th March, that's when the England national team will be announced by its manager, known as known as Thomas Tuchel. And I think Marcus Rashford is obviously going to be among that team. So we wait and see how that will really prevail on, but a lot really goes on well as planned. Now, Pep Guardiola has come out and obviously had something to say about Messi, and he really said that there is something I was lucky with in my career. I had Messi in my team for 3 years. Obviously, guys, having a player like Messi, makes you having a player who can create nothing, who can create something from nothing, those magical turns, those flicks, that individual brilliancy, those solo efforts of running, anything you want in your forward is what Lionel Messi is. And having him at the side of Barcelona, I think, is a blessing. And even the manager of Argentina was really blessed to be having a player like Lionel Messi into his team, I tell you, because things wouldn't have gone ahead to go as he wanted them to be if he never had Messi. Messi did a lot. And to show you that Messi was really exceptional at the side of Barcelona when Pep was there, Pep got rid of very many players, that were really very, very, very pivotal. You remember, before Lionel Messi came to the limelight, Barcelona had Ronaldinho, and Ronaldinho was one of the best players in the world, but he dismissed him on the expense of Messi. Thierry Henry left. You know who Thierry Henry was. He was one of the best forwards in the world. You couldn't name 3 best forwards in the world without including or mentioning the name of the player called Thierry Henry. The other one was the best 9 in the world by then, and we all know his name, Samuel Eto'o. You understand? They also dismissed him on expense of Messi. So that shows you how special this player was. And I tell you what, he never disappointed. He got hold of the team of Barcelona, and they won very many trophies, by the way. Champions League, 2009, and I think 2011, you understand? He won 2 Champions League with Barcelona. He won very many leagues with Barcelona. So that's the guy that we are talking about. He doesn't need any further explanation. And he goes by the names of Lionel Messi. And when Pep comes out and says what he says about the lad, he's really exceptional. And for me, as a fan of Man United, it took me time to believe that Messi is better than Ronaldo, because Ronaldo was at Manchester United and they started off their beef. You understand? But I tell you what, Messi has defied all the odds in the game of football. But even Ronaldo has done his work, but Messi is really an exceptional player. And who doesn't believe that Messi is exceptional, I bear with your thoughts, but I tell you what, look at how this guy plays the game. Ronaldo is great, I love the player, but Messi is super exceptional. So that's what Pep Guardiola really said, that however much had the players like Iniesta, he had players like Xavi, had players like Sergio Busquets, he had Gerard Piqué, he had Dani Alves, but there were players that were really exceptional. And one of those exceptional players was none other than Lionel Messi. Until now, he's still exceptional. You saw him in the World Cup of 2014. 2010, I think Maradona denied him a chance to obviously have Argentina by his shoulders. You understand? But in 2014, you saw to it that he played in the final and they lost by 1 goal to nil. Created very many chances. Gonzalo Higuain wasted those chances. In 2018, you saw to it that I think they were knocked out by France in the semi-finals. And in the recently concluded World Cup of 2022, he led them to the final and he won it. And it shows you that this single man, single-handedly, led Argentina in 2 finals and 1 semi-final in the recently concluded 3 World Cups. And I know the reason as to why he went to America to rest. He's charging up his body for his last World Cup of 2026. And I tell you what, he's going to represent. That is next year in USA. And him being there, he's playing in those stadiums, he's really getting used to the environment and everything, meaning that he'll be well versed with it. And looks like he's having a very good charge. And the team of Argentina is really getting in more and more stars. So guys, your reactions to Arsenal ready to trigger Nico Williams closer welcome, or release closer welcome, in the comment section below. What do you talk about Pep Guardiola, Messi revelation, and a player known as Marcus Rashford returning to the England national team? We out. Bye-bye.